Welcome all of you in this lecture session. I am going to discuss some problem related to circuit breaker. This numerical problem is important for UG electrical discipline, GATE examination, competitive examination, as well as important for practicing engineers. Before starting numerical problem solution, first we will discuss some useful formula or equation which is required for solution. Active recovery voltage. What is active recovery voltage? It is the instantaneous value of recovery voltage across circuit breaker contacts as the instant of arc interruption, and which is represented by the equation K1, K2, K3 Vmax sin phi. K1 is the constant. Value of K1 it depends on if it is phase voltage, that value is equals to 1. If it is line voltage, that value is equals to √3. What is the value of K2 and on which factor K2 value depends? If the fault is grounded fault, so for that case, this value K2 value is equals to 1. Grounded fault means line to ground fault, double line to ground fault or triple line to ground fault. For ungrounded fault, that value is 1.5, like line to line fault or triple line fault. K3 is another constant. So K3 value that is depends on that factor due to demagnetization. So due to the demagnetization, that active recovery voltage is reduces and that value is denoted by K3. Now based on active recovery voltage, we will discuss the first numerical problem. What is the problem statement? That line to line fault occurs at the terminals of a 3-phase 33 kV synchronous generator is solidly grounded. The fault current lags the system voltage by 30 degrees. Demagnetizing effect reduces the system voltage by 3%. We have to find out what is the active recovery voltage. So first we have to recall the active recovery voltage formula, which is K1, K2, K3 Vmax sin phi. Now from this problem statement, first we have to find out what is the value of K1, K2, K3 Vmax and phi. So always this active recovery voltage calculation is per phase basis. So due to that reasons, K1 value is equals to 1. Now K2 value is depends on whether the fault is grounded fault or ungrounded fault. Now if you see the problem statement, that fault is line to line fault, means it is ungrounded fault. So in case of ungrounded fault, K2 value is equals to 1.5. Now we have to find out the value of K3, and it is written in that problem statement that demagnetizing effect reduces the system voltage by 3%. So by considering this, we have to calculate the value of K3, so which is equals to 1 minus 0.03 equals to 0.97. Now we have to find out what is the value of Vmax. So Vmax is equals to 33 by √3. So this value is basically per phase value, and if it is multiplied by √3, so that is the maximum value, because all of you know this voltage is basically represented or mentioned in terms of RMS value. Now what is the value of phi? So phi value is given as 30 degree. Now after putting all this value K1, K2, K3 Vmax sin phi, so now we can able to calculate what is the active recovery voltage. So corresponding to this value, active recovery voltage is 19.6 kilovolt. Now again we will discuss another important equation, that is the equation of restriking voltage. So what is restriking voltage? It is the transient voltage appearing across circuit breaker contacts at the instant of arc interruption, and which is represented by VAR max, which is basically the maximum value of active recovery voltage into 1 minus cos T by root LC. So L is basically the inductance per phase up to the fault point. C, capacitance per phase to ground up to the fault point. Now, if I want to find out what is the maximum value of restriking voltage, so maximum value of restriking voltage occurs when the time t is equals to pi root LC. If you replace that value t is equals to pi root LC, so for that case cos pi value is -1. So in that condition, restriking voltage is equals to twice VAR max. So we have to keep in mind the time at which maximum value of restriking voltage occurs, that is pi root LC, and corresponding to this time, what is the maximum value? That maximum value is twice the VAR max, or twice the maximum value of active recovery voltage. Now, restriking voltage formula, again we have to derive some other formula, and it is a well-known formula, that is the rate of rise of restriking voltage. And the name suggests that how will we find out the rate of rise of restriking voltage? It is easily obtained if you derivative this restriking voltage with respect to time. So we will get that expression of rate of rise of restriking voltage, and which is equals to VAR max by root LC sin T by root LC. Now again, in which condition rate of rise of restriking voltage will be maximum? When the value of T is equals to pi by 2 root LC. So in that condition, rate of rise of restriking voltage will be maximum. If you replace T here, so for that case, maximum value of restriking voltage is equals to VAR max by root LC. Now another thing, this is average value of rate of rise of restriking voltage. Frequently in some of the problem they wanted to know what is the average value of rate of rise of restriking voltage. So average value of rate of rise of restriking voltage, this is basically the ratio of peak value of restriking voltage by time taken to reach the peak value, and expression wise it is represented as 2 into VAR max by pi root LC. Now we'll discuss the numerical problem 2. What is the problem statement? A 50 Hz 11 kV 3-phase alternator with earth neutral has a reactance of 20 ohm per phase and is connected to a bus bar through a circuit breaker. Capacitance to earth between the alternator and circuit breaker is 0.015 microfarad per phase. We have to determine maximum voltage across the contacts of the circuit breaker, frequency of transient oscillations, average rate of rise of restriking voltage up to the first peak. So capacitance value is directly given, but we have to calculate what is the value of inductance. So with the common formula of reactance, that is 2 pi FL, from that we have to calculate the inductance and inductance value is 0.0637 Henry. Now we have to find out what is the maximum value of active recovery voltage. Line voltage is given 11 kV. So maximum value of active recovery voltage is 11 by root 3 into root 2, which is equals to 8.98 kV. Now, what is the maximum restriking voltage? From the previous discussions, we know that maximum restriking voltage is equals to twice that maximum value of active recovery voltage. So this is the 2 into 8.98, that is 17.96 kV. Now we have to find out that frequency of transient oscillations, and it is a common equation. Frequency of transient oscillation is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. Already we know C, and from this we know that value of L. If you replace the inductance and capacitance in these expressions, ultimately we will get that frequency of transient oscillation is 5.15 kilohertz, and this is our first finding, or you can say according to the problem statement. So this is the second finding, frequency of transient oscillation. Now we want to find out maximum voltage across the contact of the circuit breaker and time at which the maximum value of restriking voltage occurs. So time at which maximum value of restriking voltage occurs, which is equals to pi root LC. So with the help of inductance and capacitance value, the time at which maximum value of restriking voltage occurs, that is 97.11 microsecond. Now we have to calculate average rate of restriking voltage. It is basically the ratio of maximum value of the restriking voltage divided by time at which maximum value of restriking voltage occurs, and which is equals to 2 VAR max. Already we found out that 2 VAR max is equals to 17.96 and pi root LC is 97.11 microseconds. So this is our third finding, that is the average rate of rise of restriking voltage up to the first peak. Okay. Now again we will discuss another numerical problem. The statement is the following data was obtained from testing of a 33 kV three-phase circuit breaker. Recovery voltage is 0.95 times the system voltage. Making current is 2.55 times the symmetrical breaking current. Power factor during fault condition is 0.5. Natural frequency of oscillation is 15 kHz. Assume the test voltage supplied from a synchronous generator which neutral is solidly grounded. We have to determine the average rate of rise of restriking voltage for both grounded and ungrounded fault condition. So first we have to consider that grounded fault. In grounded fault condition, first we have to find out active recovery voltage. So in this case K1 is 1, grounded fault, so K2 value is equals to 1, and K3, it is the demagnetization constant. So in this problem statement it is represented in that way. Recovery voltage is 0.95 times the system voltage, so K3 value is 0.95, and Vmax is 33 by root 3 into root 2, and the phi value that is obtained from the power factor condition, that is power factor is given as 0.5, so cos theta is equals to 0.5, or you can say cos phi is equals to 0.5, so phi is calculated as 60 degree. So with the help of this K1, K2, K3, Vmax phi, we can calculate what is the active recovery voltage, or you can say this is the maximum value of the active recovery voltage. Now we have to find out that rate of rise of the striking voltage, average rate of rise of the striking voltage, so which is equals to twice the active recovery voltage divided by the time at which that rate of rise of restacking voltage, maximum value of restacking voltage occurs. But T is directly you cannot find out with the help of inductance and capacitance because it is not given. So we have to find out T in terms of natural frequency of oscillation. So T is equals to 1 by 2Fn. So 2 into VAR, that is 22.17, 1 by 2Fn, so that is 2 into 15 divided by 10 to the power minus 3, because we want to maintain that kV per microsecond. So that average rate of rise of the striking voltage in that case, that is 1.33 kV per microsecond. Now find out that similar thing in the case of ungrounded fault condition. Here only the modification is in the value of K2. So K2 value is in this equation, that value is equals to 1.5. So with the help of all the other similar informations, we can find out what is VAR. Now after calculating VAR, again by using same formula, we have to find out average rate of rise of the striking voltage. So which is equals to 2 VAR by T, that is equals to 2 kV per microsecond. So in this lecture sessions, up to this. So thank you very much. Hope this is useful for all. In another lecture sessions, I will discuss some other numerical problem related to circuit breaker.